If you have the balls to be the first one to tell a joke in a conversation or an interaction, people are going to love you. And the reason why I know this is true is because of what I'm about to tell you. Just a few days ago, I was watching Impulsive. If you don't know what Impulsive is, it's basically Jake Paul. You probably know who that is. I'm not going to explain who he is. But Jake Paul has a podcast called Impulsive. Basically, he had on Ashton Hall. Ashton Hall, you probably know who he is too. He's this big fitness influencer who sprints he sprints after cars on Instagram and shit. And he had Ashton Hall on. And basically, I was watching the first few minutes of this podcast, and everything was serious. Everything was super fucking serious. Serious questions, serious vibe. And then out of nowhere, Jake Paul, he says this joke kind of thing. He kind of like lightens his mood a little bit and starts making little jokes and shit. He's talking about Ashton Hall's arm, how it's too massive. He can't see the person behind Ashton Hall. Just making jokes and shit. Maybe I'll put the clip right here.
First off, like I was saying, hey, let me do this real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ashton Hall.
Damn, usually people clap
normally
with us
more
and
people
shit, dude.
clap,
That felt fucking...
It's just us, bro.
Hey, fuck you guys.
Yo, next time we do that, y'all clap, please.
Boy! She's a girl. That's a girl. I assumed. Dude, now that I'm looking, I can very clearly see, but Ashton's big shoulder was in the way.
She goes, damn, Logan.
Starts making jokes, and all of a sudden, for the rest of the podcast, the mood is a lot lighter. It's a lot lighter. Ashton Hall's smiling. He's having a good time. Jake Paul's having a good time. And overall, if you think about it from a podcast business owner perspective, that makes the podcast more money because they're having a good time. So if they're having a good time, Jake Paul's laughing. It's like hanging out with the boys almost. All the viewers are watching this and they're like, yeah, I mean, Jake Paul's having a good time. This is a fun place to be. This is a fun watch. So anyone who would be watching it automatically would start enjoying it much more because the mood is lightened. People are making jokes and stuff. And by far, being the first one to tell a joke is one of the most charismatic things you can do. In every single friend group, there's always this one guy who's not really like the other people, but he's just funny and people just enjoy being around him. Think about Kevin Hart, for example. You'll see a lot of Kevin Hart stereotypes in a lot of fucking friend groups. You'll see this. You'll see a friend group that has a whole bunch of people that are super serious. They have their stuff together. Maybe they're all in shape. They go to the gym. Maybe they're all business owners and they do business. But you'll see this one guy who's not really on par with them as much, but he's just sitting there telling jokes who brings a good time and people are always laughing around him. That's why people like him. So this Kevin Hart stereotype is very fucking powerful. This Kevin Hart stereotype infiltrates groups of elite men, basically, just because of the fact that they're funny. So being funny and being the first to tell a joke and being the first to lighten the mood really does a lot of shit for you. And it's life-changing. Think about Kevin Hart. You'll see him a lot of interviews with The Rock. If you know who The Rock is, I'm sure you do. You'll see him in a lot of interviews with Shaq and stuff. If you look at them, the juxtaposition between them is fucking massive. The Rock is a fucking big ass fucking Maui looking demigod. And Kevin Hart is a bit small. He's on the smaller end, you know. He's not as serious as these other guys, but all these guys like Shaq and The Rock, they enjoy being around Kevin Hart. As much as they make fun of him for being short and stuff, and all this other, silly banter back and forth, at the end of the day, they're hanging around Kevin Hart for a reason. It's because he's funny. He brings good energy. He makes everything more fun. So if you can be the first one to tell a joke, that's going to get you to be more like these Kevin Hart guys. Alright? And these Kevin Hart guys, they're so fucking powerful, bro. They have so many fucking friends. Everyone likes them for the most part. And, they're always having a good time. Every interaction that they go to, no matter who they meet, they're always laughing and smiling. And when you smile, all these good serotonin and dopamine, they all release and you feel good. Your life quality as a whole is better if you're around one of these Kevin Hart guys. But what I would recommend you to do is not be around these Kevin Hart guys so much, but to be one yourself. And obviously, if you're funny, you're obviously going to have other funny friends and stuff. But me personally, my values, I want it to be someone who has useful friends. I want friends that are useful, in shape and, serious, self-improvement, stuff like this. But one of the easiest ways you can get there is being one of these funny guys. So I wanted to be more funny. I'll tell you here right now, I wasn't very funny. I didn't have much social skills. You know, I'll chill in class. I wouldn't really say anything. But I wanted to develop my comedy aspect of my charisma. And if you think about charisma as a whole, being funny is a huge aspect of charisma. People deem charismatic people as people that are nice to be around. And there's multiple ways to do this. You can be the guy who makes people feel important. You can be like the gay best friend to women and make them always feel heard and give them attention. These people are considered charismatic to that female, right? But one of the best ways, by far the best way to do this, is to be a funny person who's cracking jokes, who's genuinely funny, who makes good jokes. And you don't have to be a fucking stand-up comedian like Kevin Hart. What you can do is just lighten your mood up a little bit. A lot of people, they take small talk, they start interactions with people, and they're super fucking serious, and it just gives the other person the ick. What you can do is crack a joke and be lighthearted. From now on, all the interactions you start, especially with people you don't really know that well, should all be lighthearted and fun and playful, and you're laughing, and you're making jokes, and you're having banter. Every single one. If you do anything else, like asking a serious question, so what are you doing? Like, it's all fucking cringe, you know what I mean? Unless you know them. Like, this is someone you've known for months now. You know a little bit more about them. Then you can start talking to them about deeper questions. But every single interaction you have should be lighthearted and playful anyways. And if you go into that playful, if you lean into that playful energy of yours, you're going to feel more charismatic. You're going to feel like you're having a better time with the people around you, and people are going to want to be around you a lot more. That's how it is. So you should lean into that silly energy. Almost act 50% more retarded. And what do I mean when I say that? Act 50% more retarded, like you're drunk almost. Because if you think about the people who are always laughing, having a good time, you'll see them a lot at bars. And a big aspect of that is because they're drunk. And since they're drunk, they're not really taking things too serious. They're just laughing, having a good time. That's why they're there. So if you take this mindset into interactions, you're going to be a lot more charismatic and playful. This is something that I started implementing, acting 50% more retarded when I'm sober. You know, I was interested. I was playing basketball the other day, and my friend was talking about this, our mutual friend. Let's call him Jeremy. My friend and I were talking about another friend, Jeremy, and he was talking about how he didn't drink when he went out. But Jeremy's the kind of guy who you can hang around with, who doesn't drink, but you can still have a fun time. Because it's almost as if he's drunk when he's not drunk. It's almost as if he's drunk when he's sober. And if you can be kind of like this and be a little bit goofy and lean into this goofy energy, a lot of times you'll catch yourself saying a lot more funny things. You'll see yourself saying a joke that just makes people laugh because you're acting more goofy and playful. And this is kind of like the flirting energy almost too. When you're flirting with women, this is the kind of energy you get into. You get into this playful mood. So I'm telling you, if you can just be more playful day to day, instead of being so serious and asking serious questions, you're going to be a lot more charismatic. One, people are going to want to talk to you. You're going to be more of this Kevin Hart stereotype. And overall, your life is just going to be sick, bro. Why don't you want to joke and have a fun time wherever you are? You should be that guy, all right? And if you want more help with this, I can teach you more about this in the communication lab, where I teach people social skills. It's my paid program, and it's fucking sick. Right now, I'm trying to work on this comedy course, which is going to help you become more playful and charismatic and more of this Kevin Hart stereotype that I'm talking about. And if you want to know more about this, click the link in the description. I'm working on it, but one of the things I'm going to talk about is acting 50% more retarded and playful. So this alone is like basically just free game you can use. Go into your interactions thinking about this, all right? But yeah, being the first person to tell a joke in an interaction will make you more playful, or will make you more likable as a person, because it just lightens the mood. Imagine Ashton Hall's perspective. He's invited for this podcast. Boom, he walks into the studio. Everyone has the camera set up. They're all acting serious. Oh, hey, Ashton Hall, how are you? Oh, I'm good, man. All right, have a seat. You know, we're going to get straight into the podcast. We're going to press record. It's all serious. As soon as Jake Paul says a joke, He makes a joke about his fucking arm. Now it's all playful and like nice, and everyone's having a good time. Everyone's guard just drops as soon as you tell a joke. Everything can be serious, but then you tell a joke, people lighten the mood. Oh, they're smiling now. Their guards are down. They feel more open and vulnerable. They start telling more stuff because now everything's lighthearted. It's like, makes everything better, all right? So start doing that because I really think it will fucking help you.